YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Josh, and I'm here back with another video. And as you can see, we got a big chop on this video. He's cutting it all off. But before we go any further, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and watch a couple of my videos. And if you like this video, leave a good comment and a like for me. Let's get right into it. So I'm going to be cutting his hair down with my number 3 guard with the clipper all the way closed, going with the grain. This is not necessarily the height that we want the hair. We want it to match the back and be even with the rest of the hair that was already previously faded. So he wanted to match right there at the bottom part behind his head. He wants to match that height, and the number 3 guard came out perfect for it. Really, I kind of eyeballed it. I was like, man, I'm thinking of number 3, and I did it, and it came out even. So man, like, it was crazy how I just did that just by thinking about it. But we went with the grain with the number 3 guard all the way closed. And that's what we're going to be cutting it to. And then we're going to be giving him a taper on the sides. It's going to be dope. The lineup's crazy. Can't wait till you see it. So right here, I'm going over the front of the hairline and my taper areas where I'm going to be fading in. Taking out some bulk with my number 2 guard with it all the way closed. Going with the grain. So first thing we're going to do is set in our bald line. I'm setting in my bald line with my Babyliss Gold Effects trimmers. And I put it right above the ear at a slight angle. So after setting in our bald line, I'm going to create our next guideline. Our next guideline is going to be with my cordless seams with the clipper all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch, setting it in. And right after we set it in, we're going to be taking it out with the clipper halfway closed. The same clipper, and I'm flicking under the line and flicking up to the line to take it out. And right after that, we're going to go in with my number 2 guard with the clipper all the way open, going up, you know what I'm saying, and flicking out into the bulky area. We're just trying to take away some bulk so we can easier and betterly fade this. Right after going in with it open, we're going in with it closed, and we're just going a little bit shorter, not going up as high, but still around the same area. Just keep softening it up. I'm doing my down fading technique right now. I have on my number 1.5 guard right now with my clipper all the way closed, and I'm just hitting under the area where I put the number 2 guard. I'm fading down, so I'm blending down, so it's going to get shorter as it gets closer to the bottom of this fade. And right here, I'm just cleaning this area out, getting it ready for when I come in with my number 1 guard all the way open as we're fading down, like I said. So right now I have my 1.5 guard on, and I have it all the way open, and I'm just flicking up under that 1.5 area and flicking out. You see that dark line starting to disappear as we fade down. That's my process. And right after I go in with my number 1 guard open, I'm going to go in with it closed, hitting that same line, starting under the line and flicking up to the line. And as you can see, it's disappearing. And right after that 1 guard open and then closed, I went in with my 1.5 guard, and I'm going right under that line, taking it out. As you can see, that line is completely gone. It's blended. But we got to take away this dark area right here at the top of the fade. So I'm going to go up there with my number 2 guard again, and I'm just going to redo my whole process. I'm going in with my number 2 guard because we want to take that dark area out. We don't want that right there. We want that fade to look more blended, blending up into the bulkiness, the top of the hair, the main height that we are reaching for. We want that blend process from the side of the fade up into that to be seamless. So right here, as you see, I have my 1.5 guard on again, and right now I have my 1 guard on again. I'm just doing the same process. I went in with my 2 guard, my 1.5 guard, and now I'm doing my 1 guard. And right here, I'm not going to use the half guard anymore. I'm going to go in with my clippers using the cornering technique, just thinning out the area but not cutting too much hair. So now that we got the bottom of the fade down, we want to connect the sides better. So I'm going to go in with my number 2 guard with the clipper all the way open, and I'm just going to go with the grain right in that area. Considering that we did a number 3 guard on top, we're going to drop down to a number 2, as you see, and that's going to kind of create a blend going downwards, connecting the sides. So right here, I put my number 3 guard on, and I'm just blending back up because as you seen first, I never used a 3 guard. And now I'm trying to get that blend better, so I picked up a number 3 guard on this time. It fades right into that number 2 open good. So that's why I did that. And now I'm gonna just drop down and do some more fading down. Right after I went in with my number 3 guard, I got my 2 and I started open, then I started closed, and we're just gonna kind of repeat the process that I did earlier as far as fading, because you want all the hairs to be cut in a system, you know what I'm saying? You want every level to be cut to a certain level so that blend can be right. And right now we're gonna start on the neck taper. I'm sitting in my bald line, going kind of all the way across, but kind of dropping it on the left and right side as I go, sort of like a short rainbow shape. Not completely straight, but kind of an arch, barely an arch. So the first step in this fade, I'm going to go in with my number 2 guard with the clipper all the way open, and I'm just going to go up into the bulkiness of the hair and then flick out just to clear up some bulk. And next I'm going to go in with my no guard with the clipper all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch, setting in our first guideline. And right after setting it in, I'm going under the line and flicking up to the line, fading that line out perfectly. And then my next step is going to be going up with my number 1 guard with the clipper all the way open, going up about another 1/2 inch. And we're just working our way up into this fade. As you can see, it's getting lighter and lighter, but it's going to start blending more. So right after I go in with it open, I go in with it all the way closed, and I just start under the line and flick up to the line until I see the line soften. And once the line is softened, I go in with my half guard, and I go up right under the line and I flick up to the line, and I'm just fading the line out. As you guys can see, that line is completely gone, and we're just going to move up in our fade. I'm going in with my 1.5 guard with the clipper all the way open, and then I'm going to drop down to the 1.5 guard with it all the way closed. So right here I went in with my number 3 guard, and I had the clipper all the way open, and I'm just flicking up to the bulkiness and just really just trying to clean up some bulk. And then I'm going to come back with my number 2 guard with the clipper all the way closed, and I'm going to go against the grain with the number 2 guard, but with it open, coming right under that 3. We're just trying to blend the fade. We want from bald all the way up into the number 3 guard on top to be just completely blended. We want it to just meet each other seamlessly. We don't want any separation in our fade at all. But right here I went back with my number 1.5 guard, and then I went back with my number 3 guard, and I'm just redoing my my steps, walking down in my steps. So now it's time to start on the lineup. Right here I have my number 1.5 guard on with it all the way closed, and I'm just going with the grain right at the edge, knocking down some of that bulk, because we need the hair to lay down to ensure that our lineup is going to be the best as it can be. And right here I'm going to apply some holding spray, and I'm just going to do that to get the hairs to lay down and lock tight, so when I line up we'll have the best chances of grabbing every hair and making sure all the hair is being cut precisely, so we don't have a lot of baby hairs left over. So right now I'm going to start my lineup process using my Babyliss Gold Effects skeleton trimmers, the same that I use to do my bald line. And as you can see, this lineup is already crispy. We had to create him one. It was kind of messed up. He hasn't had a haircut in a while, but we got this man together. That tape and that lineup just goes hand in hand with each other. It's gonna be crazy, and we're just getting started. I haven't even done the best to this lineup that you will see, but you will see it later in this video right after this. I really enjoyed this haircut. When he came in, I didn't even know he was cutting it off. He came in with the hair. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just giving him like a little drop fade on the sides. He said, man, I'm cutting it off, and I was like, dog, like I gotta do this video, man. It's gonna be crazy. And look at the neckline, man. Super sharp. Like the neckline just brought this haircut all together. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, you guys. Who else loves to do the necklines? It's like one of my favorite processes in a taper fade, especially when they have thick hair. So right here is just a little enhancement we're gonna do to the hairline. I'm gonna be applying my Barber Magic pencil. This is gonna create like a nice contrast between the skin and the line. It's gonna make the hairline pop out more, kind of like when ladies get concealer on their eyebrows. That's what makes it look so sharp. Like they add that different contrast, that brighter tone right on the edge of a dark shaded area. Is it gonna make anything pop? This haircut came out so fire. Man, we're almost done with this, But look where we brought him from. This guy was like, he needed it. He hasn't had a haircut all quarantine. But boom, look, clean. Everything on point, line up, fade. We got this man in the door. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Please leave a like and leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram at Joshxbarber, like you see on the top of this video. Hope you guys loved it. Peace.